Hi there, this is Sola John, and you're welcome again to Man Making a Difference Every Day. On today's episode of Man Made, we're going to be talking about sexual prowess and manhood. Sexual prowess and manhood. A lot of men believes that they are men because of their ability and capacity to deliver in bed. And it is often very interesting to me. Let me tell you a story. I know someone, in the course of having an argument with his girlfriend, the girlfriend insulted him and told him, "Oh, you're a 30 seconds man. Oh, you're a 1 minute man. Oh, you're a 3 minute man." And he got mad and he said, "I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and impregnate somebody to prove to you that I am not what you say I am." And that sounded very interesting to me. And I'm like, how do you take stupid decision just to prove to someone you are not what they said you are? I don't think life is basically about proving a point. Don't get me wrong. I think life is about fulfilling purpose. I think life is about delivering on God's terms for your life. And to go do something crazy just to be able to prove to someone you are not who they say you are. But I realize that a lot of men, if you insult them with that word, you are a 1 minute man, you are a 2 minute man, they are likely going to get mad. Or I don't know why men just believe that their capacity to deliver in the bedroom is what makes them men. So my friend Prince George, he says something very funny. I don't want to be vulgar here, but he says that a rich man, when he's having an affair with his wife, that 7 minutes is done. But that a poor man keeps pounding as if the person is the source of his poverty. And this mentality, I haven't been able to do survey to know whether it is common among a group of people. But I just like to speak to you about the fact that your manhood is not hinged. Your being a man is not hinged on your capacity to deliver sexually. No, it's not. It's not. Is that part of what makes a man man? Yes, it is. But it's not entirely true, by the way. Because if that is the case, then men who are castrated, they are called eunuch. Men who are impotent, maybe by natural birth or by accident, then we will say they are not men. I've done a video before talking about the origin of man. You probably just need to listen to it again. Sex is not one of the things that makes man to be man. Okay? Yeah, male organ means that we are created to be male. But not necessarily. Not necessarily. In the equation of manhood, it isn't about the capacity for a man to deliver. Like I've said before, that manhood is a responsibility, it's a trust, it's a generational trust. It is the capacity to nurture a nature, the human nature. It is the capacity to nurture the godly nature. It is the capacity to not just bring forth, but to protect. It is the capacity to groom, to tender. It is the capacity to raise, to rear another human being and serve as the figure of God in the life of that person. That is what makes a man to be a man, and not how good he is in the bedroom. I'm not a sexual coach, so you probably need to go somewhere else and be told what you need to do to be good at it, especially when you're married, you know. But I'd like you to change your mindset. I'd like you to see yourself beyond being a sex object. I'd like you to know that if you are the prize, you shouldn't be the prize for sexual satisfaction. A lot of men don't understand. They strut about the fact that they are handsome. They strut about the fact that they are well built, they have six pack. They strut about the fact that women rush after them. There's a popular saying in Yoruba that if you are lucky with women, what you have is bad luck. If all you have as credential is that women trip for you and you can have them when you want, they say it is ill luck. Because some people are lucky with money. Some people are lucky. They are lucky with positions. They are lucky in the place of power. Your own luck is luck with women. What kind of luck is that? Well. I'm just trying to say that you need to see yourself beyond being a sex object. You need to understand that the fact that you fantasize about a woman or some kind of women, there are also women who fantasize about some kind of men. And they will do anything to have you as an object to satisfy their pleasure. But you want to ask yourself, is that what my life is all about? Am I going to be rated by how good I am in bed, or by what I can bring forth with my creative ability, with my intellectual ability, with my emotional capacity? You want to ask yourself, what makes me a man? You want to ask yourself, what value do I bring to the table each time I have to show up as a man? And if you have not been able to answer the question, you probably need to do a lot more soul searching. You probably need to see a coach. You probably need to ask yourself a lot of introspection, self-reflection. Don't be carried away. It could be a trigger for you that somebody tells you you are not a man because the size of your male organ is less than whatever projection they have. Can you tell them that I'm not a sex object? I'm not a dildo. Can you tell them that you don't determine my manliness by what you think? Can you tell them that they don't set the measurement? You see, because this is important. We live in a culture that has been sexualized. From the adverts you see, to the movies you watch, to the music you hear, to the way ladies dress in some places, to sexual innuendos that are used here and there. It is easy to forget that that is not the most important thing. It has its place. Take it from me. It has its place. But that's not the most important thing. Recently, I was privileged to be in a room with very few people, and it was a lecture conducted by an aerospace company, and we were drawn from a university environment, researchers, faculty, students. Very few of us, possibly we are less than 20. We should be less than 20 or thereabout. And this guy from the United States was speaking to us and was telling us about the latest research people are making to go into this space. His own company, what he's doing in his company, was talking about. There are three areas he mentioned about the space. He talked about the technological advancement and research to go into the space. He talked about the environmental research and investment about going to the space, and he talked about the economics of going to the space. And one thing I just kept talking about when we left that place to my friend that we went together was, boy, people have gone. In fact, I remember the person who invited me when I was leaving. I said to her, I said, Hannah, people have gone. I want to go join them. I'm trying to say that, and I'm not saying that these people are not doing other things outside of that. No, but I'm trying to say that people are applying themselves on a daily basis. The conversations they are having is not outside of what to eat and what to drink. It's not about what to eat and what to drink. It's not about sexual pleasure. It's in another dimension. People are applying themselves to what they think will better humanity. People are talking about space tourism. People are talking about many other things. And so, here is my challenge. If someone is now insulting me or throwing jabs at me, saying that I am a 1 minute man, I want to ask myself, does that get to me? Or if someone tells me I have no value, you might say that means you have no sexual value. Yeah, and for some people, that's all that matters to them. But I want to challenge you to think beyond that. I want to challenge you to think beyond people pulling your trigger to what matters to them and not what matters to you. If that is not what matters to you, and people think they can trigger you by pulling that trigger or by saying such a thing, you've got to have an answer for them. Something like, yeah, and that can be very true. If sex is all that matters to you, I could be a 1 minute man. But are you sure you are not a 1 minute idea person? Can I engage you for the next 1 hour talking about productive things, talking about current affairs, talking about cutting edge research, talking about things that matters to me? You've got to be able to project what matters to you. Don't allow people limit you. As a man, don't allow people limit you to what they think you are worth. Don't allow people determine what value you hold and bring to the table. No, don't allow it. Your ego should not be tied to your sexual prowess. It's too limiting because you're not a porn star. And if you're not a porn star, I don't think you need certain powers. And you need to be able to stand your ground and be proud of who you are. The man God has made you. The man that has intellectual capacity. The man that has emotional capacity. The man that has strength. The man that has skills. The man that has wisdom. The man that has links, networks. The man that talks about opportunities. The man that speaks and delivers. The man that talks about invention. The man that brings value. You've got to be able to stand as such a person. You've got to be able to insist to be seen that way and not be put in a box that someone think you should fit into. Be in charge of your narrative. Don't allow people send you crazy because of their expectation. Don't allow people kill you. A lot of young men now, they use all kinds of sexual enhancer. Now, I want to tell you this. Be careful what you use. Some of those drugs will affect your heartbeat rate, can lead to cardiac arrest, can lead to all manner of issues, health issues. Some of them cause a fast, blood flow that gets into the brain, can cause stroke. You've got to be careful how you allow what people say get into you and distort your thinking and distort your value. That is not who you are. Tell yourself, I am not a sex object. I'm not a sexual machine. I was made in the image of God. God created me in his image and his likeness. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And that I know so well, that nobody can reduce me to a sex object. Tell yourself, I bring more value to the table. Like Dr. Charles Apoki will say, tell yourself, I'm capable of giving financial orgasm. I'm capable of giving intellectual orgasm. There's a group of people called sapiosexual, people who are stimulated by ideas. Tell yourself, I'm capable of multiple orgasms outside of sexual orgasm. Tell yourself that I'm a man of value. Tell yourself that if I enter into a place, I can organize it. I can enter into a chaotic place and organize it in minutes, in seconds, in days. That cannot be measured on the bed. Tell yourself that I can deliver on project on a tight budget, not necessarily on a tiny bed. Tell yourself that Tell yourself, I have the capacity and the potential to recognize gifts and talents from unlikely places, not in a dark room. Tell yourself, I am worth more than what people say about me. I'm worth more than what people think about me. I'm worth more than how people see me. I have a value deposited in me by God that will benefit the world. Thank you very much for listening and for watching. Please remember to subscribe, follow, and drop your comment below. Until I come your way next time, I remain Sola John. Bye.